everybody, my name is Emma and welcome to Nerdy Wednesday! So as a gender fluid person and also a cosplayer, sometimes I like to or need to make myself look like a male. When you portray a character as someone that is different from your gender, either by doing a gender bend, which is changing the gender of the canon character, or to change the way that you look to look like a character of a different gender, this is called crossplaying. Now, as I was born female, I often crossplay male characters, or occasionally just go out looking like a guy, hence the gender fluid portion. So I would like to teach all of you girls out there how to look like a guy, either for everyday or for cosplay. Let's begin. First, let's start with the body, then go to the face. So, the chest. Some girls have very flat chests and don't need to do anything. Some have really big chests and need to do things. When you flatten your chest using something, it is called binding. Now, if you ever use these ace bandages to bind, I will hunt you down, take my scissors, and cut you out of them. Why, you might ask? Ace bandages are meant for keeping things stable when a bone is healing, or when you have a strain, or something else. This is for medical purposes only, to be used on your appendages. It's in your arms and your legs. It's not meant for use on your ribs or your stomach, mostly. Can be used on the stomach, but do not use it anywhere near your respiratory system. It can restrict your breathing, harm your skin and your breasts, and even break ribs. Do not use these. Instead, what you can use is something like this. This is an actual binder. They normally come in two styles, either half binder or a full tank binder. Now binders, here's this one because it's smaller. Binders are made of a stretchy material on one side and a more firm, harder material on the other side. The harder material is what go on your breasts to keep it from expanding and making it look like you have breasts. Make sure you get one from a reputable company and in your size. Do not try to get one that is too small, it will hurt you. Now, I got my binders from GC2B. I had an unboxing video about a year ago. Since then, I have gained a lot of weight and have now gotten a new, larger binder. Now, some of the best and most reputable places to get your binder is from GC2B, Tea Kingdom, and Underworks. There are some other companies who make them, but they're a little bit more iffy on the quality and if they are safe. In the past, there were some concerns about the safety and the manufacturing of Love Boat. I'm not sure if that is still an issue, but just be cautious when you're buying them online. You can also trade them or get them from other people on forum posts, and I know in like Transgender Alliance Facebook groups also will occasionally have trades, or people will be willing to sell lightly used, or if they purchased a binder that's the wrong size or style accidentally. Again, be wary of where they got it. Now, sometimes there are characters where you don't have a shirt that can cover the binder. For example, if you're going to do something from Free or One Piece or any sort of beach anime, you might not have a shirt on that will cover up a binder. As you can see, these have actually a pretty high neckline and thick shoulder straps, I guess you could call them. There are a lot of tutorials for open chest binding, especially on Tumblr, Pinterest, and DeviantArt. Open chest binding is not safe. A lot of people use duct tape. Do not use duct tape on your nipples. Do not use duct tape on your breast. It is such a sensitive skin there, you will rip it off and it will become irritated and could even become infected. It is also not safe to pull on your breasts. Pulling them away misshapens them and can damage the underlying tissue, making your breasts look weird and even can cause some problems later on in life. If you must open chest bind, at least cover your breasts in some sort of material so that way it's not on you, and do not use duct tape. It does not move with you. Now, people are starting to come out with skin-toned binders. If you can possibly find one of those and wear that, and maybe like use some skin-safe spirit gum, like fashion tape or something like that, to do around the neck and around the band area to do that, I would really recommend that more. It hasn't been done very much because, again, this is more of a relatively new thing. Normally they're done in, you know, colors like this. Normally white, gray, and black. Note from the editor, me. Do not wear a binder for over 8 hours. It can start to damage your ribs. And if you're doing open chest binding, don't do it for more than 3 hours. And also, when you take off a binder, be sure to cough heavily, just to like get your ribs more and lungs more expanded, and to shake up any mucus or anything that has accumulated in there. This has been the end of the editor's note. So that's pretty much all I've really got on binders. Now let's move down south. Guys have dicks. Let's just be clear on that. This is especially for if you're just going out or wearing jeans or really want to pass as a guy. Most cosplays you're not going to need to do this because guys wear normally looser pants or shorts in anime type things unless you're doing like a slice of life. There are some places where you can buy actual packers, which are kind of rubber silicone-y and look exactly like a penis. And you normally put that in like a jock strap or like into some briefs or boxer briefs, and they'll hold that in place. Personally, I would not recommend doing this with boxers because then it won't be pressed flush against you. It'll just be dangling there. Wow, that is terrible imagery. These can be quite expensive actually, even more expensive than the binders. So if you don't have the money for that, you can do what I did in school when I needed to. Take some socks, preferably ankle socks. Penises normally aren't that big actually. And just kind of stuff one inside the other, maybe roll it a little bit at the end to create a scrotum area. Kind of like this. And then pin it in a couple different places into your brief or boxer briefs. Although sometimes if you're wearing briefs you don't have to pin it, but if you want it to be more secure and not slide around, then you can do that. Now on to hair and face. Guys normally have a different face shape. They normally have more square jaws. They have a more prominent larynx called the Adam's apple. And they kind of just look a bit different from girls, just in general. Hair can be anything that you want. I have a friend named Alex who has his hair down to like here. And then I know some other guys who are bald or, you know, have shaved heads. You see guys with all sorts of hair. So you don't normally have to worry about that. If you don't want a shorter hairstyle, you can either cut it, go to a barber, or ask your hairstylist and cutter if you could do a more male thing. Here are some pictures of me, especially around Pride time of year when I was doing hair like that. Now as you can see, I kind of rocked a faux hawk type of thing. I had the sides of my hair shaved and had really short on top so I could spike it into a mohawk. At one point around my junior prom, I had it kind of short, like half shaven on one side and a little bit longer, say down to here. Like down to around my eyes on the other side. So what I did for prom was this side was really short, a lot shorter. I've been growing out my hair. I kind of slicked it back just a little bit, but it was pretty short. And then with the other side, I put in some gel and slicked it back and kind of over. And this was the result. I looked pretty damn handsome. So now I'm going to take you into my bathroom with me and I'm going to show you how to do masculine makeup. Alright, so first you're going to want to wash your face. Do it while you're not wearing your cosplay. And then you're going to want to take any acne treatment that you have and any moisturizer that you have and put that on your face. Now, you might be saying to yourself, Emma, why do I gotta put on moisturizer? Well, this is to make sure that your skin is, first off, nourished and hydrated, and also so that way it doesn't get, like, flaky and crumbly and dry and ew. Alright, there we go. So next what you're going to need is foundation and a foundation brush. Put it on how you normally would, just dot it on your face. This is what I like to do. Just all over. More on any areas that are blotchy or red or have more, acne on them. And then also be sure to put some on your neck just to blend it down so there's not a line of foundation. And then take your brush and just kind of blend it out so that way your face is all covered with some foundation. Wait, I am taking this off right after I finish. And so if you're going to be doing cosplay, you might want to put on a primer. Just take it and put it on your face before and then put on your makeup. Got it? Okay, good. And let's keep blending. Then you grab your concealer. Zzz. This one is a little bit more yellow, so that's going to be put underneath my eyes, and this one is more salmony and going to be putting it on my blemishes. Right, now put it on, but also drag it down your cheek a little bit for better blending. Just like that. And then take your brush again and blend that out. Get it more into the crease, like crevice stuff of your eyes. And just blend it down. Then take your other one and put wherever there is redness or acne like I've got it. Especially all over there. Put on the foundation first. It helps you not have to use as much concealer. And then we blend. This time sort of pat it a little bit more than rub it around. So pat it where the actual thing that you need to cover is, and then around that, blend it out. Alright, we got a good clean canvas. And we're going to take a translucent powder and just put it on the face. It kind of just makes it so that way it's not all sticky and moist, and kind of just helps keep it from sweating off or something. Just, I don't know the science, it's something. Right. Now we're going to take a matte eyeshadow and some eyeshadow brushes. We're going to be using the taupe color and kind of an angly brush. So I'm going to be making a map on my face, do kind of down around the cheekbones. Make sure that they're even. And then kind of straight line and down to make more of a sharper jawline. Don't use too much, otherwise it'll be really hard to blend. And then down around the chin to, I don't know, define your chin. And then around the nose. This is kind of just going off contouring. If you look at the spine and see where he puts his stuff, that's kind of where you do it partially. And then also around the upper lip. And then around the eyes too, a lot of guys have more deep eyes. Now for the Adam's apple, just kind of press it out like that. It looks terrible. And then do underneath the first lump and up. And then down underneath the second lump. Alright. So that's our map. Now take a little brush for the Adam's apple because we need that to be a little bit more precise, and just kind of start blending it, I guess. Just to make sure it doesn't completely disappear and turn your entire Adam's apple dark. It can be kind of hard to see underneath your jaw. Then take a fluffier brush and just blend the rest of it out so it's not too dark. This is a little darker than I wanted, but it shows up better on the camera for you guys to see. There we go, we got an Adam's apple. And then use the fluffy brush to just do the rest of it. Try and stay within the direction of the line just to keep it there. And again, blending can be very hard. Just keep going at it until it is no longer a sharp line. Again, this is actually quite a lot darker than I wanted on some places, but again, it helps show it for you guys. So this just kind of shows a different change in bone structure that guys have compared to girls, you know, on average. And then take an eyebrow pencil that's a little bit darker than your eyebrows, and we are going to Apparently look for the little sharpener because that was as dull as a cow. I have no idea what that's supposed to mean. Right, I found the sharpener. Just take your newly sharpened pencil and just kind of draw your eyebrows on a little bit darker. You don't have to make them bigger necessarily, just a little bit darker to define your eyebrows. You can do them a little bit more square shaped if you want to or need to, and if it seems a little dark, don't worry, we can go and make that better. Try to keep your eyebrows a very similar shape and darkness. If you need help, look at tutorials for eyebrows. And then take the little spoolie or brush that you have on the end and just kind of make it go in the same direction as the hairs and kind of blend it in. Now, as you can see, there are some boo-boos. Now, if you have a boo-boo, take a Q-tip and you can put it in some makeup remover if you want and just kind of clean up the edges, I guess. Yeah, let's say screw it. We are going to use some of that makeup remover. Try to use something that's not greasy because it will be really hard to then wipe off the rest. So just clean up around the edges and then you can see distinctly where my makeup is coming off because that's a red area for me. Just do that and then wipe the rest of it off before taking your concealer and just extremely lightly putting some dots around there, and you can just do it with your finger if you don't want to do a brush. Blending that around so that way it doesn't look like you forgot to put makeup there. Put a little bit too much on that side, not a problem. And then just kind of put some more powder and blend that out a little bit. Alright, there we go. And so that's kind of a more masculine eyebrow, starting to look masculine. Now, when you're doing cosplay, sometimes you need to have more defined eyes, so it looks like you're wearing eyeliner. So what you're going to want to do is a very thin line and try to avoid a wing and make it just blend into the lash line. Just enhance that a little bit, I guess. Try to just end it. And then try to do it on the other side and try not to mess up. I messed up. But no matter, we have our Q-tip and can just wipe that away. Which is also fine because we don't have any eyeshadow on. Now, this should be good enough unless you're going to be like drawing a weird anime eye type thing. Just this will be all you need. You can also just go down around your lower lash line just a little bit to make an eye shape more like an anime character's. No, just whatever. And then your lips. If you have bigger lips, here's what you can do about that. Take a lip balm at first and put it on. Unfortunately, this one also has a little bit of color, but that's fine. And then take your concealer and very lightly go around the outer edge of your lips. And take a brush, close your lips a little bit, and go around the outside to blend that in, and it'll make your lips look quite a bit smaller and also more anime-like because anime characters don't have lips. And when you're finished with that, you can use a setting spray, but I don't have a setting spray, so this is what I got. Now, there is one thing that I was not able to show you in that makeup demonstration, as that is to do fake facial hair. Now, there are a lot of tutorials out there, including on Tumblr, Pinterest, and DeviantArt, but I don't have any of the things. What you can do is either get some face paint in the color of your hair or wig that you're going to be using and use sort of a stippling brush and stipple it on. Or if you have an excess of peach fuzz and have a mascara in the color of the hair that you're going to do, which is which I do not. You can just kind of use it, just kind of go up and down very gently on your peach fuzz. But that makes me look like I have a pedo mustache. Anyway, not important. Congratulations, you look like a guy, you nerdy cosplayer, or if you just want to look like a guy in regular old life. Now when I am going out, I do not put on this face of makeup. This is only for if I'm doing a crossplay or am going to an anime convention where this is more acceptable. So I guess that's it for Nerdy Wednesday. If you liked this video and thought that this was helpful, you can give this a big thumbs up. If there's anything else that you would like me to do on Nerdy Wednesday, I have a couple of ideas of how to do crossplay the other way, but I couldn't do that today because I don't have a male compadre. If I can find one, I would love to do something like this, except for male to female. If you'd like to see me do that, you can tell me in the comments below, or if you have any other ideas, put them in the comments below. And if you like what you see and want to see more of my stuff, I do Nerdy Wednesday every Wednesday, occasionally not if something happens. And I also do stuff over the weekend as well. So if you want to see more of that, you can click the subscribe button down below to be welcomed into the family of my channel. Alright, that is it for this time, and I will see you guys next time.